What is going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and this time I'm going to be exploring the west side of Harlem. As you know, Harlem is pretty big. It got the east side, it got regular Harlem, and then it got the west side. And the west side is a pretty interesting neighborhood because it got a couple of districts like Hamilton Heights, Sugar Hill, also Manhattanville. Also, another thing interesting about this side is that architecture is top-notch, pretty beautiful. It also has a university, which I'm going to walk around. So without further ado, join me. So this is San Nicolas, and this is like the border of West Harlem. So you can see to my right hand some beautiful architecture. But I think I'm gonna merge to 145th, which is like a main street in the district. And I think it's gonna be pretty interesting what you see over there. The way how I discovered the architecture was because I was doing a live stream and I passed by the neighborhood and I thought it was pretty interesting. But this is the architecture here, and it's pretty beautiful. Also, another thing about this area, and once I go to 145th, is it reminds me a little bit of Montreal in Canada, like the streets going up the hill with the amazing architecture. So you guys are gonna see it in a bit. Another thing about the neighborhood, it's also served by the A, C, B, and D train while here in 145th. If you take the D train, it's pretty much expressway all the way to Midtown Manhattan, and then on the other side goes to the Bronx. But let's make a detour to show you what's going on. This is 145th, and it literally goes up the hill, so it's like cardio, but it goes all the way up to the end by the waterfront. I'll probably make it over there later, but I'm showing you what's going on over here, so you can see beautiful architecture, beautiful brownstone buildings happening. Not only over here, but even to my left side, but the truck is literally blocking it. But this is what I say it resembles a little bit of Montreal. And this is the heart of West Harlem. And that street ahead of me is Convent Avenue, which is pretty beautiful. So I'm probably gonna merge to show you guys. So this over here is Convent Avenue, which is probably one of the nicest streets I've seen in New York. All the way over here. If I go a little ahead, I'm gonna pass the university, which I'll show you guys in a bit. You can see how beautiful it is, covered with the trees. Even has an area here where you can decorate it with the plants. And there's also some beautiful history of architecture. Just look at this brownstone buildings over here. Wow. Pretty gorgeous. And then it's like if you're walking under a tunnel of trees. So you can see, look at this buildings. I don't even think they're occupied. I don't know. Could be like a dorm or something. And you got more over here. Then one ahead of me says for sale. This is a really hidden gem over here in West Harlem. Then the City College of New York is ahead of me, which we're gonna walk through that mini campus in a bit, but I'm just showing you what's going on over here. But I'm gonna make a detour in 144th, one of the streets over here, to show you a tiny street of what's happening. I think it's gonna be a pretty interesting street, so let's check it out. So like I literally just got off the subway stop, beginning of the neighborhood, and it's just Atlanta beauty walking around here. Just look at this, you know, while a lot of people, they focus on Upper West Side, Upper East Side here in West Harlem, you know, it's totally worth to check it out. Look at this. It's like if you're walking around a palace or something. Top notch in terms of architecture. Then this is Hamilton Terrace, which it makes over here. So this must be kind of like the borderline of Hamilton Heights. I think Sugar Hill's not far from here either, but yeah. Give you a 360 view of what's going on over here. So like I say, this is like a hidden gem and super local. Like I literally got the whole street to myself, you know. There's even like a lot of parking spots over here. Like if you're driving around and you know, like to park your car in New York City, specifically Manhattan, it's really hard. But over here doesn't look like it's a big deal. But yeah, just look at all of the street. And even nicer that we're in the heart of the summer right now, and the trees, they got the leaves out with the architecture. So wow, loving it so far over here. It's a nice looking neighborhood. Keeps going over here. And then there's another avenue over there in the hill. So ahead of me should be the City College of New York. There's a park on the other side. That's probably another section of Harlem. Then here you got some apartments with some balconies. But let's see what's going on ahead. Over there is St. Nicholas Park, which I went to that park when I was doing a proper video for Harlem. And it's still part of West Harlem. That's like the borderline. But now I'm just gonna go all the way back to the other avenue and walk through the City College of New York to show you the beautiful campus. Gotta tell you, this is a good cardio for those who think that New York City doesn't have hills. All I say is that come all the way to Uptown. You see the hills that's going on over here. I probably think it's not the same hills as you get in San Francisco or Seattle, but still, it's a little bit of a high elevation over here. And good workout, look, you still see the beautiful architecture. But now let's make it over here to the college campus. And this is like a whole nother world that you're gonna be entering. Just literally enter the City College of New York. Like I tell you, the architecture here is literally top notch. Like if I just enter another world. And New York has, you know, a lot of universities. And this is one of them. Like I tell you, some of the buildings here literally looks like it's a church. It's not really that big of a campus, but Columbia University is not far from here either. You see what's going on, then you see this one over here. Wow, it's like a church, right? Pretty beautiful. So that's a bit of the City College of New York, and brings me memories back then when I was in the college, when I used to go to university. I graduated years ago in 2009, but it brings me that memory, you know. Really good times, you know, studying, met some pretty interesting characters, cool people, but yeah. But let's keep exploring more of the neighborhood. I think I'm gonna head towards Amsterdam Avenue to see what else West Harlem has for me. Then here's like modern buildings compared to the old buildings. And they even got shuttle buses that will take you, I guess, to other parts of the city. So this is 135th, and I'm passing Amsterdam, but I think instead I'm gonna make it to Broadway. There might be some more interesting things to see, like a different vibe. I've been around there by the one train, by 137 City College stop, and it's like a different vibe from this side. So I'm gonna show you how the neighborhood changes drastically. So over here it changes. Just literally like a block or two down from the university, it's a different vibe. In a good way, you know, it's just the structural architecture, they be changing and stuff. And I've never been at this part, I've never been at this street. I know the subway train, it stops around here too if you take the local one. But I can see construction workers renovating some of the apartment complex. And they're mostly old buildings. I know once I get to Broadway, it's a different vibe. Also, another thing about this neighborhood is they do a nice festival called Uptown Night Market. I think it's one Thursday every month, something like that, or every 2 Thursdays, which I made a video the first time I went, and it's a pretty nice vibe. Good food, good music, and it happens under the arc all the way by 12th Avenue, I believe. This is the beginning of Broadway, and the subway train, it passes over there, the one train line. So like I said, this is super different from the other side that I was walking. Super local, you know. It's like British too, but it's mostly like a Latino area, specifically to be exact, Dominican. They got some good restaurants over here too. Got a barber shop. Then the one train, I think it's like 2 blocks down. It's like a Cuban joint. They keep walking ahead. What is this, like Dominican products, I guess? Interesting. And here you got a supermarket, Hamilton Vegetables. Yeah, it looks pretty lively over here. Even though the other side is nicer and better architecture, but it's more quieter. Here it's more lively. You can see the fruits and vegetables. Then ahead it got like a plaza. It seems like they renovated the plaza because the last time I came it was under construction, you know, but yeah. Starts to feel more like Uptown over here, the vibes, you know. But yeah, you know, be spontaneous and explore different types of a neighborhood. But yeah, it's just, you know, people chilling, going on with their daily lives, having a good time. And you see the old architecture on the other side. So it's a good neighborhood, you know, it's a good, nice neighborhood. Mostly working people. And the one train line is right here, the subway line. Which you guys know, the one train is mostly local, and it goes all the way up to the Bronx. And the last stop is in Lower Manhattan by South Ferry Street, right across the Staten Island Ferry. So the street keeps going. You see a local market out here. That's one thing I like about New York. No matter what street you go or what section you go, there's always like outdoor markets. So you have an idea what this side looks like, but I think I'm gonna make it merge to the right side. There's like a street that I want to check out. I told you, this neighborhoods here, specifically uptown, you don't need no gym. You do a lot of cardio going up these hills. Yeah, it goes super high. Also, if you go in the Bronx, there are a lot of neighborhoods are literally going up the hill. So it's easy to come down, but like walking there all the way up could be an issue, but I like it because it's like a workout. And this street is called Hamilton Place. So it's like a tiny street, kind of has that Broadway style. And if I walk towards this way, it should take me back to 145th. So I'm probably gonna walk it towards that way to see what's going on. Gotta say, one thing about New York is like it gets pretty humid. Like it's not hot today, but it rained a little bit. Now it feels like super humid here. So imagine when it's officially like 90, 100 degrees, it's gonna be pretty intense. This section over here reminds me of some neighborhoods in the Bronx. This looks pretty cool, look. All the architecture changes and it goes downhill. But of course, you know, it's uptown, so uptown New York City is a super different vibe from Midtown and downtown. And that's the beauty about this city, you know, that it changes the vibe in every section that you go. So there's always a lot of things to do around here. It's a nice looking building over here. Then in some of the corners, they got like street art. And then when you walk around and see the people chilling, but like I said, the weather's perfect. It's just muggy and humid. But yeah, when they do construction in New York, they put this ceiling over here to cover it up, you know, from the sidewalk. They got like a plaza, and it seems like they design, you know, the road. I guess they put chairs here and people can sit. There's a restaurant over here too. It looks pretty cool. Hamilton Place. I made it back to 145th. So I got unfinished business with this street. But yeah, let's see what's happening ahead of me. And I gotta say, I really feel the community vibes over here. Like people look out for each other. It's what a neighborhood should be. Going down, this is Broadway. I'm gonna walk 145th to the entire, because I think it should take me to a park by the waterfront where you see the Hudson River. This is a super local area, and this is actually a first time for me going around this way. I was just studying the map, so to be honest, I don't know what to expect, but you know, always a curious guy, I always love exploring, so that's the purpose of this channel. So let's go ahead, cross probably the highway or something, and see where the street is gonna let me to. So I assume this is a nicer area, and they even have a restaurant over here. This is called Danny Farrell Riverbank State Park. So it's a part, they got a sofrito restaurant, which is, I think it's a Puerto Rican restaurant. Skating rink, cultural center, athletic. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. Wow, so look at this. It's the first time for me. You can see New Jersey, Fort Lee over there. George Washington Bridge is over there. And I see the railway. I'm not sure if probably the Metro North passes over here, or I'm not sure. But I'm excited to see what's going on over here. I think it's gonna be pretty interesting. See a heavy traffic jam by the West Side Highway. But let's go forward to see what's going on over here. So this over here looks more like a rest stop. Like when you're driving, you know, a long distance and you want to make a stop over here. By the way, how they have this sign, it's like it's giving it a welcome to New York, which I'm going to show you the sign in a bit right ahead of me. So this is the sign here, the New York State Experience. I love New York. Path through history, taste of New York Park. So, you know, you go to the webpage, ilovenewyork.com, and I guess you can see what's happening, what is to do around this beautiful state. So I guess let's walk over there to see what can we find. So this is like a different type of park. Something that I would have never thought is right here. But this park is literally like elevated, and then look at this beautiful view over here. Wow. See the Hudson River, that's New Jersey right there, Fort Lee. Right there's the George Washington Bridge. So let me go over that way to get a close-up view. So super awesome, because here you can see Harlem, even the Heights. And they got this, I guess you get a close-up of the views ahead, and then All this beauty right here, wow. It's amazing, wow. And there's another side of the park that goes down that way. And the highway, so all the chaos, you know, the craziness, and then over here is peaceful and quiet. So the park keeps going. So New York to this side and New Jersey over here. This is one of the few bridges that you can cross it by foot from New Jersey to New York. The other bridge is the one that divides Bayonne, New Jersey with Staten Island. But this bridge is super high, so I don't know if I got the guts to go over that bridge, but yeah. And there's a park here. I think they're doing like a picnic or something like that. It's pretty nice. Another thing I'm noticing is a lot of graduations. So it must be like school graduations, you know, a lot of young kids there with their dresses and stuff, and the family coming here and taking pictures. So pretty cool. So this is mostly a recreational park. Not only that you can walk here and see the views, but they got a basketball court here to my left. I think they got a couple other fields ahead of me according to the map that I was looking at, but it's a pretty cool spot, you know, super local. Like a lot of people they don't know about, you know, and then you see the whole Palisades of Jersey over there with the Hudson River. So this is like a little bit, you know, different from what you guys are used to seeing, you know, and then super, super local, which I think is amazing. And I think the park keeps going on the other side. It's pretty interesting. I think they got a track ahead, or probably like a football field, but then they got like a street art happening over here. So this is amazing. Wow. And people just chilling, you know. It's like a semi-plaza with a park. But yeah, pretty cool. So that was the end of my video exploring West Harlem and walking around to see what's going on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.